If you've not been living under a rock, you do have a television, you're a football or sports fan, and you're most definitely not Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles, you've probably seen multiple athletes and players celebrate this way. Today we are looking at the origins of this celebration and the truth behind what it really means, its significance. Please do remember to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comment section below. Well, let's get cracking. Everyone loves a good celebration. Well, not everyone. These two guys don't.
Smiles on the faces. Oh, here we go.
Paul Pogba, I see him dancing at a wedding, I see him shooting.
Whether it's Ronaldo's trademark celebration, or Serge Gnabry's cooking, or Tim Cahill's corner flag celebration, or Robbie Keane's cartwheel and pistol combo, Louis Nani and Sam Kerr's backflip, Gaza's dentist's chair, Peter Crouch's robot, Emil Heskey's DJ, or Mario Balotelli's Why Always Me, almost everyone except Graham Souness and Jamie Carragher does love a good goal celebration. Well, of late, the sports world has been lit ablaze by players scoring goals and celebrating the same way, pointing a finger to their head. This has been popularized by Marcus Rashford. Realize I said popularized, not invented or started by Marcus Rashford. Let's explore this phenomenon. After enduring what was the worst season of his career last season, Marcus Rashford has turned a page under the new manager Erik ten Hag and is now in the form of his life, scoring 22 goals so far at the time of recording, in the same realm with Mbappe, Haaland and Lewandowski on the scoring charts. And in what has now become a trademark celebration, every time Rashford puts the ball at the back of the net, he has been raising his finger and pointing at his temple. Could he be signifying his mental fortitude? Well, let's dig deeper. Citing this, it's important to remember that Rashford has been through tough times in the last couple of years. For starters, the injury-stricken last seasons under the manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where Rashford was forced to play through injury despite playing a big part in Manchester United finishing second and third in respective seasons. It came at a big cost. Who could forget the big penalty miss in the Euro finals against Italy and all the vile racist abuse he suffered in the aftermath? Not forgetting that he was due to have surgery with Manchester United, but opted to go on holiday first and then had surgery later, and then went on to have statistically his worst season in a Manchester United shirt. Think it's a coincidence? I think not. Before we move on to the next chapter, I have to stress, footballers are human beings too. Marcus Rashford is 25 years old, which is young in most parts of the world, except Arakel's basement. Now think about what Rashford has done at the age of 25. He's been discussed in the UK Parliament, he's gotten a lot of kids in the UK free lunch, he's been on Zoom calls with the 44th President of the United States. Young players endure a lot of pressure, and how they react to the pressure differs. Some young players buckle under pressure. I don't have to go very far to get an example. Anthony Gordon at Everton is a very recent and good example that highlights this. Just 21 years of age and a historical club of Everton's stature, having so much expectations and weight on the shoulders of a 21-year-old. How did he react after fans chasing him down in the street following a miserable loss? Well, he moved on and joined another club. In contrast, how did his seasoned teammate, who's been a pro for quite some time, played in multiple World Cups, Yerry Mina, react?
I will give my life for this club.
That's the difference. Now back to Rashford. Following the appointment of the new manager Erik ten Hag and the subsequent appointment of Benny McCarthy, part of Erik ten Hag's coaching staff as the strikers coach at Manchester United, this has helped Marcus Rashford rediscover his scoring form, which also birthed this celebration. The very first time Marcus Rashford celebrated this way was a game against Wolves. That was the same game where Marcus Rashford was dropped to the bench for late coming to a team meeting. Rashford came off the bench as a substitute and managed to score the only goal of the game, which turned out to be the winner for Manchester United. He pointed his finger to his temple, perhaps signifying or signaling to stay focused and be in charge of your mental fortitude. Marcus Rashford's teammate Jadon Sancho, who had been given a damn near 3-month sabbatical away from the game due to physical, mental and family issues, returned against Leeds off the bench and managed to score the equalizer, doing exactly the same celebration as Marcus Rashford. In what for most viewers has been the best game in the Premier League this season, when Arsenal faced Manchester United, Rashford scored the first goal of the game and managed to do his trademark celebration. When Bukayo Saka scored for Arsenal, he went on to do the same celebration. Now, who are the last three players I just talked about? Saka, Sancho, and Marcus Rashford. What do these three players have in common? Except having a shitload of melanin like me.
I beg your pardon?
Oh wait, all these three players missed their penalties in the Euro final and went on to have that vile racist abuse thrown to them. How coincidental could it be that the three players that missed their penalties in the biggest stage they've been on in their football career at a very tender age, a year or two later are celebrating the same way? Perhaps all three are highlighting the mental fortitude, the mental space, the focus, the mental telepathy they all have. Other Premier League players have hopped onto this trend. Wilfred Nyonto of Leeds did the celebration after scoring the second fastest away goal at Old Trafford in history 55 seconds into the game, where Rashford will later score in the same game and do the same celebration. Joelinton at Newcastle also is one of the players that have scored and celebrated this way. Now, this followed a backstory after Joelinton was found drunk driving and could lose his driving license and pay a very huge sum. Could he have been signifying his mental focus? Danny Welbeck did the same celebration after scoring against Liverpool, his former team, Manchester United's biggest rivals. But should we be shocked about Welbeck copying a famous celebration? This man, for God's sake, copied Pele's celebration. He went as far as copying Emil Heskey's DJ trademark celebration. Another player in England that has already celebrated this way is Oscar Estupiñán. The Hull City striker has had this as a celebration for quite some time. But if there's one player in England that has done that celebration longest, Wolves fans will emphatically say it's Ruben Neves. The Portuguese midfield maestro has been doing it since Wolves were in the championship 5 years ago. Neves already celebrates with a finger to his temple in an ode and tribute to his idol Andrea Pirlo, whose autobiography is titled I Think Before I Play. Pirlo being Ruben Neves' childhood hero, and Neves is on record for saying he's tried to emulate how Andrea Pirlo played in the middle of the park. And recently, after scoring for Wolves against Liverpool, Ruben Neves managed to remind the world that it was his celebration. Players in other European leagues have hopped onto the trend too. In Germany, Joshua Kimmich did so after scoring a golazo against Cologne and has been celebrating like that for a very, very long time. The Dortmund youngster, Bino Gittens, also scored for Borussia Dortmund and was candid about why he celebrated like Marcus Rashford and gave props to Marcus Rashford for doing so. Marcus Rashford has also been on record to credit other people. For example, he wished Cristiano Ronaldo a birthday with this photo on his Instagram. Talking about Instagram, the greatest footballer to ever play the game, Lord Bentner, went and took to Instagram to claim the celebration and say he did it before Marcus Rashford did. All hail the Lord. Well, this celebration has been going on for some time. Argentine legends Lisandro Lopez and Lucho Gonzalez have actually had this celebration for quite some time. It could also be credited to two tennis maestros. Stan Wawrinka, the Swiss tennis maestro. Well, when I say that, first person that comes to your mind should be Roger Federer, Swiss tennis maestro. But let's talk about the second Swiss maestro. Stan Wawrinka did celebrate this way after beating both Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal on his way to winning the 2014 Australian Open, signifying to his team and coaches about the mental fortitude he needed to beat two of the best tennis players of all time. We've also seen Le Monsieur do this before. And if you have been on the internet for quite some time, I'm probably sure you've seen this gentleman do that before. Does it really matter who introduced the celebration first or what it signifies? Should it be a topic on everyone's Twitter feed? Well, no idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's not the first time in football where someone popularizes something after it's happened before. You don't have to go any further than these two Galacticos. Ronaldo de Lima Nazario or Fenomeno was the first footballer to lace colored boots, but David Beckham with his Predator made colored boots famous. All I'm saying is the game is rigged. You can't lose if you don't play, but also you can't win if you don't play. In conclusion, this celebration was introduced to the world by the most overrated sitcom ever. Well, that's it for today. If you did love this video, give it a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comment section what you think about this celebration. Is it that big of a deal, or is it something that will pass? Adios.